Is soy the best thing for menopause, or is it something you want to avoid altogether? Stick around for today's video to find out how and when to use soy. Hi, I'm Dana Lavoie, an acupuncturist, herbalist, and founder of Menopause Basics. And for 15 years, I've been helping women use natural remedies to balance hormones so they can have an easy menopause and feel great afterwards. And before we jump right into today's topic, I want to ask you a question. How many of you have heard that soy is great to take for managing hot flashes? And you've also heard that soy is one of the first things you should cut out of your diet completely, because both of those messages are out there all over the place. Now, at the end of today's training, I am going to invite you to sign up for a free copy of my Menopausal Woman's Roadmap so you can learn 5 easy to follow steps that will help you know just what to eat each day for hormonal balance. I'll give you more details later, but for now, let's get started. I've been working with women in menopause for 15 years now, and I've noticed that so many women either think soy is something they should be using lots of or something they should be avoiding completely. Here is the deal. Soy is a powerful phytoestrogen, which means it is an important building block for hormones in your body, and it can help relieve symptoms of menopause like hot flashes and night sweats. However, there are a few things you need to know about using soy. Number 1, soy is a very common allergen. It's one of the top 7 reactive foods according to J.J. Virgin. And if you are allergic to soy or sensitive to soy or find it difficult to digest, you probably want to avoid it, because for you it can cause inflammation, malabsorption, and weight gain. So, like I said, soy is hard to digest. It tends to be sprayed very heavily with pesticides, and most, in fact, 90% or more of soy grown in the US is GMO. So, if you are going to use soy, you definitely want to only use organic, non-GMO soy. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Another thing about the best way to use soy is to use it, when you use it, think of using it like a condiment, right? Condiment, right? Like a flavoring, ketchup, something like that. So soy is not great as a main source of protein in your diet. You want to use it more like soy sauce as a flavoring, soy miso in your soup, or a little tofu in your stir fry. And this is how soy was traditionally used in Asia. This tends to give you the benefits of some of the phytoestrogens, which can be great, without running into the negative side effects you can get from soy. I would recommend avoiding would be using large amounts of soy. Soy as a main protein source, protein powder, soy ice cream, soy milk, soy roast, soy dogs, those kinds of things. And another reason not to use soy as a main source of protein, other than that it's a little hard to digest, is that while it is a complete protein, it's not that well balanced. It's very low in a couple of important amino acids. So if you use it as your main source of protein, it doesn't work that well for the body. So what this all means is that the best ways to use soy are: always use organic, non-GMO soy, and if possible, use a fermented form of soy, because the fermentation makes it much easier to digest. And those would be miso, tempeh, natto, and soy sauce. Non-GMO organic tofu in moderation is okay too, but try to avoid the overly processed large amounts of soy in soy milk and soy protein powder and soy roasts and things like that. So if you are allergic or sensitive to soy, you are one of the people who should probably avoid soy, because it can cause all kinds of problems. So if you don't digest it well, if you are sensitive to it, reactive to it, allergic to it, intolerant of it, probably best to avoid it. And another group of people who might want to consider avoiding soy completely are if you have low thyroid, which is actually pretty common, or you have an elevated TSH, which means your body is thinking about going low thyroid. Then you might want to completely avoid soy, or limit it to 2 small servings a week, because it is possible that soy can further suppress your thyroid. So, if you're not allergic, to recap what we learned today, if you're not allergic or sensitive to soy, use it in moderation. Think of using it like a condiment. It can be a good source of phytoestrogens that can help you manage hot flashes and night sweats. If you do use soy, use only organic, non-GMO, and preferably fermented, like natto, miso, or tempeh. And avoid or limit soy if you are low thyroid. So, if you enjoyed this video and want to know my favorite, most highly recommend foods to eat every day for hormonal balance and menopause relief, I invite you to click the link below to sign up for your free copy of my Menopausal Woman's Roadmap. It is a free download that will give you 5 easy to follow steps on the most important things to include in your diet every day. And it'll show you the top 3 mistakes that women tend to make in menopause and just how to fix them. I'm also the host of a Facebook group, and I'll leave a link in the comments below where you can join instantly. Inside of the group is where all the best discussions happen about these videos. So if you have questions or want to continue this conversation, I'll see you inside my Facebook group, Menopause Basics. I'm Dana Lavoie, an acupuncturist and herbalist and founder of Menopause Basics. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.